Well, Joe, one personal question. From my point of view, if I have to think of you as an artist, the word musicality comes to my mind. I mean, you have a great technique, but you always use it in the service of the song. I mean, you know when to play, when not to play, when to play more, when to play less. And I think that many times artists tend to overload songs. So my question is, how do you achieve that balance that your music always has?
You know, I just think it's what I like. I think that's probably the easiest way to explain it. I don't intellectualize about it. It's not a plan. I don't have a rule book or anything like that. And you know, quite frankly, one person's overplaying is another person's underplaying, you know. I remember, you know, I've done a lot of touring with Steve, and Steve loves to play, and he's a great showman. And that's what he likes. And that's why he's so good at it and convincing at it, you know. But I've actually stood at the side of the stage, and I'm watching him, and I'm thinking, no one has ever done this ever in the history of the world. Like, this is like the height of guitar playing. And I'm so lucky to be here watching him do it. And he does it every night. And I look out into the audience, and 99% of the audiences, their mouths are open, and they're like, oh my God, you know. But then there's like one person who's like bored, you know, and you want to go like, really? Like, that's not enough? Do you want him to fly or like burst? What more could you want? So, I mean, you can't please everybody along those lines, but, you know, I know that like Steve and I are very different in that way, and how we like what we each consider to be enough for an arrangement. And we, you know, we have a wide range. His new album is brilliant, and it shows probably both sides of that, where you know, with the song The Hydra is incredible concept, a technical brilliance and composition all together, the 3-neck guitar and that whole thing. That's so Steve. But then there are other songs on the album where he's just kind of improvising one guitar, you know, over a chord progression. So it's not that he can't, but he chooses when to use simplicity that way. But at the same time, I can listen to Black Sabbath like 8 hours a day, you know, which I often do when I'm painting, because I love the way Tony Iommi plays, and he plays remarkably less than Steve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't jump around like Steve. He only has a couple of guitar sounds, but who cares? I mean, what he plays is so unique and so perfect within the context, you know, of Black Sabbath. So, you know, it's, you know, when you're a guitar player and you're giving clinics or you're studying, of course, it's all about the technique. But actually, in the real world of making people happy with music, it's not. It gets you to a point where you can reach people, but it's not the thing that they're interested in.
Yeah, you have to connect with people. Yeah.